When people talk about income inequality being a problem, they use the example of the pie. They say, if there is a pie and it has 8 pieces, if someone takes 5 pieces, then there is less of the pie available for the rest of us. Similarly, if the 1% of the super rich own 50% of the wealth, then there is less wealth for the rest of us. Make sense? Actually, it shouldn't, because the pie example is a stupid example. There is no static pie when it comes to wealth. A pie has 8 pieces. If you eat 3, then the pie is smaller. But actually, in the world out there, the wealth is constantly expanding. The pie is constantly expanding. Why? Because people are creating new wealth, are producing more stuff all the time. When Apple, for example, comes up with the iPhone, then the pie expands massively. There is now a new industry. And this new industry will create tens or hundreds of other new industries. TikTok, for example, or the social media apps is an example of this. Now, when they expand in the pie by creating the iPhone, Apple becomes vastly richer. But this doesn't mean that the rest of us are becoming poorer. Actually, we benefit from all this process because now we have a mini computer in our pocket. Even if actually people in the same industry are becoming vastly richer, let's say even if quote our competitors are becoming vastly richer, still this doesn't mean that the rest of us are worse off. Let me give you an example. Think of a public intellectual or a teacher like Jordan Peterson or Sam Harris. The fact that they have millions of followers on YouTube and they made loads of money, this doesn't mean that the rest of us are worse off. What is actually happening is that the pie of the world of ideas expands. It becomes more trendy, more fashionable. And all of us who are within this industry, within this pie, we all benefit from it. Now, there is another problem with the pie example, and it's the following one. There is no one person who actually owns the pie. There is not one person who should be able to decide who gets what from the pie. Actually, there is no pie. Different people create different stuff, and they should be the ones to decide what they do with what they have created. I should not have any claim in Apple's wealth because I didn't do anything to create it. I contributed a bit to it by buying the iPhone, but hey, I'm probably rewarded from it by owning an iPhone. So saying that there is a total pie and it should somehow be distributed means you're okay with the following idea. It means you're okay with the idea that people who did not create something are taking it, are seizing it from the people who actually created it to give it to other people who did not create it or to do whatever they want with that. And if you believe such an idea, then in my book, you're not a good person. Then in my book, you are endorsing theft.